mean, Bill Murray says it to me. The king. Fucking Bill Murray.
Yeah, no, I understand.
She's like, I've never seen Ghostbusters. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Sean Tank Top. I'm hanging out over here at Katsai Tank. I'm hanging out with Jenny Lee. How's it going, Jay?
Excellent, but it's getting better.
There you go. God damn it. Nailed it.
Got him.
Yeah, but we're over here. We're doing pretty good. I mean, like, honestly, like, in this show, we're talking about The Bear right now. It's season 1. It's episode 6. Coming off of, we had a really nice time with 4. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of nice and pretty harmless and shit. This last one kind of was like sitting there reminding you, it's like you're working in the service industry, which is just like a powder keg of problems coming from any which way that is ready to blow at any time, regardless of what you're doing or not. You know, of how competent you are or not, how well run you are or not.
Exactly. And if I were to name the episode, I'd call it like mistakes will happen.
Yeah, mistakes will happen. Like, and it's like, yeah, and are you ready to party? Are you still going to be a baby?
Yeah, you going to be a big baby about it, or are we going to party?
Yeah, which is fine. And again, like, take the time to be a little bit of a big baby.
Yeah, if you need to keep being a baby, be a baby. But,
yeah, exactly. Like, or just, like, take that minute, you know, like, in the alleyway next to the rats and stuff like that, you know, like the big boys over there. But, so, and we kind of, you know, we sort of lurched forward in a certain sense. But I think you made a really good point about the fact that he never would have thought to call Pete. When the thing to put the stuff in the freezer had that not happened, and that was like,
she had said you've been taking advantage of Pete, and he was like, well, actually, I like Pete now, so so he might have thought to call him, but it would have been like from a different place rather than like asking my brother-in-law for help versus,
or like he would have been like an extra big dick about it and just been like whatever. Whereas like he understands that he's like, you know, trying to, he goes like he's accepted him as he probably, because he's just been far away and Pete's just been like a distant guy, like on the, it's like, yeah, hey, how's it going? You know, like, or whatever fuck it is, like he finally is actually like, oh no, he's like a part of the squad.
He's part of the family.
I mean? Like, we found a little bit more about Sydney, and we've kind of done like
some of her backstory, how she got to be the sous chef and why she's so clearly skilled and has experience and talented, especially at her young age, but
took a big L, and that's kind of why
big L train.
Why she's like. When she's hanging out with her pops in her fucking, as soon as that light came on and you just saw like those colors and shit, it was like, oh my
tiny
God.
Old twin bed,
with her speed poster. I'm like, you're fucking tall, by the way. Great fucking movie. I'm ready to jump into this thing. You want to get going?
Let's do it.
Fuck yeah. All right. We appreciate you guys very much for hanging out with us as we go through The Bear season 1. We are on episode 6 right now. If you guys want to get our reaction to episode 7, the penultimate episode, which, as we've known, can be pretty monumental. That's kind of like, that's sort of like when you pull like your big crazy shit, you know,
happens.
or something. And so, I'm sure it's going to be a great time, and we're going to have a really chill time watching it. But if you guys want to see our reaction to that, and you guys want to take a gander at that before anybody else does, you can do that by becoming a part of the Patreon. It's the best way to support the channel. It's over there, just $8. Hits you up at the premium streaming tier. It gets you early and uncut access every week that we make a drop on YT. You get the next episode completely full and uncut a week ahead of time before anybody else in the world gets to see it. So we guys hope you guys consider in the world.
That means we have 78 slices of chocolate cake, 99 French fries, 54 chicken, 255 sandwiches, due up in
55. Getting the stress back.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. We guys hope you guys consider doing that. But if you can't do that and you still want to help us out, though, they can just hit that like, that subscribe, ring the bell thingy. You know, it's like, we would really appreciate you, Chef, if you could do that for us, Chef. You know, like, it's like, hey, Chef, how's my subscribe coming?
Doing all right,
Chef. No, I'm talking to them, not you. Oh. Just 1 minute, Chef. I'm getting ready. Yeah. Like, just 1 minute, Chef. I'm writing a comment, Chef. Yeah. I'm preparing the comment, Chef. Like, absolutely. So we hope you guys consider doing that. We really appreciate y'all guys over there. We thank you guys very much for hanging out with us.
All right, so you guys want to hear the story or what? Yeah. So we're at Series, right? Which was the...
Oh, Joe Bernthal.
Trade bill. Thing is, the place opened at like 6:30 in the morning, so that when traders, when they lost their ass, when the
This is
market
the brother.
Michael?
just,
Yeah,
you know,
it's gotta
they'd
be.
walk over,
Damn.
fucking hammered. Statue of Series in her back, for all of you historians, was facing towards the east.
So he's obviously a big brother, and he like he's clearly literally looking up to him like
Yeah.
No, fuck off, sugar. We are not doing raisins. Don't do that. I don't want to. We're not fucking doing raisins.
I don't know what they're making. I don't recognize
no,
this
it
dish.
looks delicious. It's got a prosciutto and a bunch of things.
Yeah.
He's gonna roll it, maybe.
Gotta roll it, yeah.
Before Xavier got inducted into the fucking Hockey Hall of Fame.
Hacky
Hacky Hall of Fame.
He's getting it too.
Yeah.
Off, right? And this
Fucking
brouhaha. What was the fucking message?
You have reached the voicemail of Richie, the goddess of
I do love this show how like alive some of the
Yes.
scenes feel. Like
Yeah.
they just feel very natural
Feel
and
very natural, very real, sincere.
Fucking make fun of us. This guy, he turns around. Who was
But look, this is actually.
Bill Murray.
Oh shit! Okay.
Of course.
There he goes. What's your name?
Oh boy.
Right? I mean, Bill Murray says it to me. The king. Fucking Bill Murray.
Yeah, no, I understand.
She's like, I've never seen Ghostbusters.
You guys were at a bar at 6:45 in the morning?
It was Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so was Bill Murray.
So yeah, right. Man, that don't sound
Yeah.
too good, Bill Murray.
Welcome to Chicago.
Right.
Jesus. That was a really.
Well, you can see like
really
even their character
illustrated
dynamics
a
were because like
lot.
like the brother's like busy telling the story, and Carmine was finishing the job,
Methodically, like doing the thing.
finishing
yeah.
the, like you know like he's the middle
He'd
child.
started it, he clearly knew what he was doing.
Or he's
but-
got like a middle child like little brother thing going on
Right,
where he goes like
yeah.
I'm the responsible one.
Yeah, but Michael was better. He was a storyteller.
Yeah.
He was the life. And
You know? And even worse, too, I'll tell you, even
Richie
actually
lost
much
so
worse,
much
is,
when
like,
he
she
lost
got
Michael.
Great.
What
Can we
you
jam
were
on it
talking
later?
about, that elevated comfort.
Later is
Both
better
braised
for me,
short
chef.
ribs, but on the risotto I use etouffee
Hey, T, watch
stock.
this.
It's easily
Etouffee, that's
adaptable.
probably what they were
There
making.
you go, yeah.
Are you saying risotto to go to me? I am barely convinced we're ready for it to
I'm
go at all.
just saying, if you should dine
He's
out,
saying risotto to go.
It's got a good ring to it, though.
Yeah.
Just try it.
We have finally gotten this to a place where things are sort of, kind of, a little bit chill.
Don't say it out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
fucking
right.
say it out loud. It's gonna go to shit.
Yeah, the moment he says it's chill, there's sugar
What
screaming.
exactly?
And my home will be seized if I don't give them some money. Okay, so I've spent
Whoa.
the last few
Tax shit. Yikes.
Yikes.
Like, don't try to talk to us about
Yeah.
adult things, please.
Wait a minute. So fuck you. Why the hell?
They're gonna get to have their talk now. They're forced to be
He's
together.
not dead.
Yeah.
I'll ask him when he's not dead.
I'm not homeless. Then what's up with the nest? Oh, I just started sleeping here so I can save time on my commute. I'm just so close to nailing these donuts, and they gotta be perfect. Okay, good. So you're a psychopath.
All right.
You want perfection, bro? Start with a shower.
We've never had to have that conversation with anyone.
Showing it.
Bar closed.
You go there a lot?
Owner and I don't really see eye to eye.
He stayed after hours and got in a fight with him.
Yeah.
It was like a fixture.
Yeah.
Like Logan? Wicker?
They all suck.
Shout out Logan Square. Yeah.
all suck
Shout out fucking Logan Square, baby. That's where we is.
You gotta stop fucking with this place. You know, you let up a little bit, everything changes.
Pilsen's
You
still
don't
pretty.
realize
Pilsen's still pilsening.
Yeah.
Pretty darn good. It's too fucking. It's too tough to get to.
the goddamn building is taller than the next one, and they all just look out at this chick with no face, and it's just.
Oh, God.
Hey, yo. Crooked John. What's up? I asked you to hang out down there. Don't call the cops. John. Don't hurt my feelings. I do not give a fuck what you...
It's a different dangerous. Construction dangerous. The vent went cold. The whole shit's gutted. Building a sweet green.
Are you fucking kidding me right
Like
now?
a sweet green.
Jesus, that's fucking too real.
Yeah.
All right, I tell you, that's gonna freak out my customers, okay?
All right.
Dig?
Doug, Respect.
So what was he talking about? Who you do it with and what volume? Like just keep it to a reasonable volume.
Yeah.
I'm not clear on what.
I think
what
they're
he was
just like they're like some old school corner boys or
Right.
something like that. I guess.
Yeah, I'm not hip.
Well, I think that they're remnants of an older time in the city and shit.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's
Keep not processing trauma, Carm.
Dude, what? I can't close.
Yeah, just keep working. It's like nothing ever happened.
A window got shot out. Everybody is fine. The end.
Because that's what I'm talking about.
Natalie?
Carmy.
never had a place of mine get shot up or anything.
I didn't say anything.
I think that's again, it's a very real thing in the city, but it absolutely overblown by all this fucking Chicago shows and shit.
In 2 different apartments I've lived in, somebody's gotten shot right
Is that
outside my
right?
apartment.
All right, well there you go, stand corrected.
One way north side and one here
Yeah,
in Logan.
I got you.
They didn't teach you accounting at Noma?
They teach you a DeVry.
588 Even though that's the Empire one. That's not the DeVry one.
Other night, my kid asked me if my real last name is Bad News.
Bad news, like Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears.
I guess I'm in her mom's phone. It's Richie Bad News.
That's a pretty good fucking name. I was like, oh, Richie Bad News.
Come on, step like it. Let's go.
Oh shit! It's the man with the golden dick. Nice smell. Nick, how is that dog ears, by the way?
See,
we're
that's
sort of
why
seeing
they
his
need him,
whole
yeah, his
thing.
strengths. Yeah.
No, and that's like it's like almost like the two of them combined are
Yeah.
Michael. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so
Yeah.
like that's kind of why they got to work together in a certain bit. You know?
You think that might be a good time for you to try this?
Yes.
Ooh,
That looks good.
that shit looks.
I wonder
fire.
who the food stylist is on this show.
Yeah, right.
It's tremendous, chef.
Tremendous.
Good.
Sauce is a little bit tight.
What does tight mean in this context, I wonder?
Maybe a little too thick. Not
yeah,
moving
maybe-
around,
yeah,
and not
yeah.
viscous enough. You know.
Chef, it's not ready yet. You understand?
Yes, chef. I understand.
Thank you, chef.
Thank you, chef.
I mean, this is when you're working under a guy who's like a crazy,
I mean, okay, but like, if it's gonna be special,
Ribs with risotto.
and you know that they'll probably flip the fuck out.
Yep, I had an extra, and I'm Sydney. If you need.
That's a writer.
Thank you, Sydney.
That's a blogger or some bullshit, right?
sure, yeah.
Or something. Like,
okay,
it's
I
gonna
see
go
where
crazy.
you're-
It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna
Like
be
it's gonna
the
go crazy,
business,
and she's
yeah.
gonna be like, "Fuck,"
Yeah.
you know.
Oh dear.
Oh.
We don't know
Co-sign.
how he killed himself.
No.
Done the same thing.
I think the thing that just pisses me off is that you never ask me how I'm doing.
Oh God, I fucking hate when people do that. That is
What do you mean?
when you're friends with somebody or you're close with somebody and they don't. It's a one-way conversation.
Yep.
We never spend any real time together. This place is eating you alive, you know. All of our time, money, work gets sucked up into this place.
But is it the place's
The
fault?
only
Right.
thing we get back is chaos, resentment.
But again, where's the chaos and
the
resentment
place
coming
could,
from?
like, the place
Mikey.
could still exist, and you guys still exist around that.
serious.
Like,
Yeah.
I just want things to be on solid ground. I want things to feel,
Consistent.
yeah, consistent.
That's why you live where you do. That's why you have the husband that you have. That's why you have a house with a fucking deep freeze in the basement.
right.
You
With
want-
like a completely unmanned freezer, too.
Yeah.
There was
There's
nothing in
nothing
that.
in
Why
there.
do they have that?
They don't hunt. Why
Right,
do they even
right,
have that
right,
fucking thing?
exactly.
Costco trips.
Right, I want to know how you're feeling.
Oh,
How are you feeling?
there it is. There
Yeah,
you go.
There we go.
Really good. Just great.
Oh, shut up. Well, don't.
Yeah. So you want him to ask, he asks, and then you give a blow-off answer.
I mean, I feel like she sort of just.
Yo.
She sort of said it all before
This is
he
it.
asked. I mean, like, but you know, so.
Sitting in this file labeled shit.
That is so real. Just like what the fuck is, or like I would do that. Like we're going through my old man stuff or whatever it is, and then I find like pictures of him when he was a baby, like that
Right.
in some shit that was just about to be thrown out. You know.
Oh
like,
boy.
Uh-oh, what the fuck?
Oh dear.
Where's my gun?
Oh
Any
god.
of you motherfuckers take my gun?
Why don't you know where your gun
Don't
is,
go
Richard?
with the gun. No.
Guys, shut up! Please.
This isn't his space.
This isn't your space.
Yeah, because you know what?
You're the one getting there.
Yeah, because you're crossbones.
Getting nasty.
Let's start there. I'm Cindy.
John.
Mr. Carl.
Mr. Carl.
Mr. Carl. She's dealing with it.
Yeah.
I think, again, this is this old school Chicago thing and a younger, more measured approach to it. And
God, what's he gonna
you
do?
don't need the gun, dog. Like, what the fuck?
How many places could it have been?
Right. Also, the fact that you don't remember that you put it in such a weird
and you
spot.
have a child.
Oh wait, like gun enthusiasts not actually fucking knowing how to properly handle firearms.
what?
Never fucking
Are you
heard of
shocked?
it.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Him is like feeling like relevant as far
I'm sorry,
as
sweep the Padres, but he like played for the Cubs.
Yeah,
Like, we're getting all these little, like,
right.
snippet.
He's revving me. So finally I roll down the window, right? And I'm like, guys, take a breath.
That was a GIF-worthy fucking reaction shot right there.
Richie.
Yo, 1 second.
Richie, now.
Yo, can you shut the fuck up
Oh.
for a second?
Outside. Outside. Now.
I like that Tina's like sticking up for her now.
Yeah.
This place is organized and clean and smooth and
We're talking about how things are changing.
Yeah.
Like the neighborhoods, it's not the same place anymore.
Right.
And shit, you know.
Yeah.
this is real and alive. And
And what?
And you don't feel like it's because of you.
She's a baby, you know, walking around thinking that she can handle shit. This is a delicate fucking ecosystem.
She put together like an outside thing and saved lunch last time that the fucking power went down. Like,
I cannot fucking emphasize enough how much I don't fucking need this shit right now.
He's the baby walking around like he can handle his shit. He clearly cannot.
I'ma quit.
quit.
what?
Now where you gonna go, Richie?
Ooh. Oh.
It's like the glory day. Like, yeah, he's like kind of got this glory days like mentality type thing.
Fire, 2 chicken peppers, 2 sausage pepper, 2 more to dough. Fire, 1 more sausage pepper, 1 more to dough.
Again, you're good. He's good on the register.
Yeah.
Pop him up there. They'll listen to your bullshit all the time.
Stay up
you know
there.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Chat the people up. Go nuts.
I'm sorry if I was shitty earlier today.
It's on it.
Yeah?
She just wants to hear you ask how she is.
Right. Yeah.
VIP on 21. It's Tom Skilling. So can I get a
Oh, Tom Skilling just retired. And he's just hanging out with his fucking members only jacket.
Thoughts. Oh boy. Did he call the cops on him?
Oh, that'd be shitty. He's so worried about people being a narc. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is he? Yeah. Is he trying to like chuck a little like?
What? I think there's an element of just like I don't recognize this place anymore. I'm gonna blow it up.
Right. Yeah.
A little bit. That's interesting. I mean, that was a lot about dormant stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems like there was like kind of like a big through line throughout this one, like kind of more with like the sister and sugar and all that stuff. As far as, I mean, that first scene was kind of like a genesis of where both of them like expressing itself in different ways, but we got like a keyhole into like the dynamic where it's like this kind of like this boys club.
Mm-hmm.
They got, you know, him and Richie got like a great, like, you know, they got chemistry and they're obviously buds, and that's how he is ingratiated into this, but like he's family, not family type of thing. Sugar is like kind of probably feeling like a little like probably like left out and kind of like maybe unattended to in a certain sense. That seemed like that was like a little bit of play. And then like, you know, Carmi's like the baby of the family who's like kind of like the goody two shoes.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
type
Does
of
Sugar
element.
feel
I don't know.
left out, or does she feel like? Has she always kind of been on the side? Because it was.
Maybe.
It's always
No, that's
been
what I'm
like
saying. I
even
don't
like
know.
when we get the
Maybe by
flashback.
design, but or at least I got that thing like, you know, she's sitting there, she's like rolling her eyes, like she's listening to the story and she's into it, but I don't know, like
She's just not one of the. She's not one of the boys. Like
That's
she,
what I'm saying,
like she
like-
wants the stability. She likes consistency, and that's why she's married somebody as different as humanly possible from like either
he's
of
about
her
as
brothers.
different as it comes. Yeah, for sure.
But he represents that that consistency and that stability that she that she wants.
I want a guy with a completely bare freezer that's just available for use.
Totally empty freezer.
At a moment's notice, you know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
She sort of said everything before he said it. She was like, before he asked, you know what I mean? She sort of laid it all out. She was like, but this is why I want you to ask me. You know what I mean? So we can just, like, so I can just, so I don't have to just, like, elbow my way into your life emotionally.
And it's not a one-sided relationship. Like, a one-direction relationship where they, it's just her
checking in on you.
Checking in and, like, picking up pieces that you drop along behind you. And you're, like, turning around, seeing how she's doing too.
The fucking IRS, man, that's no good.
No, that's no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, not, like, fucking Carmy doesn't, like, really own anything besides, like, the restaurant that they could, take from him. It doesn't seem like he owns his house or apartment, or if he does, like, who cares?
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like Richie's tied in enough to have any of his shit tied up with it. So basically, all of the, like, financial liability.
It wasn't left to him.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And basically, all of the financial liability falls on Sugar.
Yeah.
And
as far as
would
having
be a really
assets
stressful
to
place.
seize,
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
That would be a very stressful, and especially for her, she's like, I don't even fucking care about this place. I don't want any of this. But to Carmy's point, then don't co-sign for your fucking brother. Like,
right. Yeah, that was like, you could co-sign a drug addict and
Yeah.
stuff. And like, and again, like, while they're kind of going through, sifting through stuff and just like discovering shit, like shit that you don't know is going to hit you emotionally, shit that you don't know is going to, like, kind of, like, he found the pills and it's like, maybe that's how it happened. Maybe that's how he did it. And it's that type of a thing or whatever.
Right. You think they find the note next episode or the final episode?
It's got to be something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're letting it, again, because everything was...
I thought they were going to find it this episode.
Yeah, I mean, like, while they're going through shit,
yeah.
absolutely. They're sitting down on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, his eye wanders and he sees, like, what the fuck is that? Something like, I don't know, maybe there's like, oh my God, like, it's been a great couple of months. We've been doing so good. We were able to get ourselves, like, a new couple of burners or something like that.
Right.
Let's move out the old one, then they find it or something. I don't know. We'll see. And then this whole kind of, and then from Richie's perspective, because she's somebody that, like, has kind of moved on, but almost so much so that it's kind of like, okay, you're being a little bit much. You know what I mean? Like, this is like almost like an overcorrection,
right?
In a certain sense.
Yeah.
And he's dug in like a tick, like can't, like, it's just. Like, I'll never forget, I remember this one time, there's this great fucking sandwich shop, if you're ever in Logan, Cafe Marcella, like, great place to get, they do a bunch of great food, bunch of great steak sandwiches. Get yourself a fucking steak with fucking white cheese, like, and everything. Really, really good. Or, if it's in the morning, get yourself a, get yourself a breakfast, Heburrito.
Ooh,
like,
okay.
Breakfast Heburrito, like ham, egg, and cheese, but they want to put, like, lettuce and tomato and mayo on it.
Sure.
Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Just go yellow cheese and grilled onions.
Oh,
and
okay.
that's it. You know
Cut
what
it
I mean?
off. Sure.
Fucking killer. Like, but I remember, because again, like, I'm one of those motherfuckers that's changing the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know,
mean,
like,
we both are.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, that's that thing. And I remember I was sitting in there, and a couple of, like, kind of, like, more local guys were in the cafe. They're waiting for their food and shit like that. I'm waiting for my food, and I'm just, like, listening to them shit. And, like, they didn't, like, look at me, or whatever. And they were. I don't even think they were even that worried about me. But I was aware of it because of who I am.
Yeah.
And, like, they were sitting there talking about, like, and they were talking about, like, all the different, like, how different everything is, like, both inside the place and outside the place, because they've had to, like, kind of revamp and do some other stuff. He was like, yeah, man, it's like, man, we're, like, back in the day, like, it used to be like this, and this was like this one thing. And his buddy goes like, well, shit, man, it ain't back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's kind of as simple as it goes. It was like, well, that was back in the day. Like,
some fucking jamoke just pops out the, like, wisest shit ever.
No, I mean, just
occasionally.
simple, like, it's like, well, that was back in the day, dog. Like, and that is
back in the day.
That is how that works. So, like, that is how time works. That is how people and places work.
It's funny because, like, so living here, I'm part of the problem, right? I'm, like, a white person that moved to Chicago, moved to Logan Square 10 odd years ago.
Yeah.
Like, right on the sort of cusp of that. But where I'm from, I'm looking back at like Honolulu and being like, man, shit's changing. All these fucking Californians moving to Hawaii, changing shit. And I'm like, oh,
it's almost like every single white person in.
Well, it's almost like every single place is going to change.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
and
that's
of course,
not that's not to say we're just like, well, whatever. I mean, like it's about like you got to be aware of it, and I think that there's absolutely like. I don't know, like it's a phenomena that I think is like I think there are some places that can do it like that can, I don't know, harm reduction is kind of like is definitely like a very real thing when it comes to shit like that, and just kind of making sure that like literally like every single fucking commercial interest isn't like superseded by a local piece of like community and shit like that. You know what I mean, like that. And so they did that from his perspective, as far as he's dug the fuck in, and just wants like Sugar wants everything to just completely change, and he wants everything to kind of just be like it was. And
Richie
it
wants
literally
everything to
will
go
never
back.
be either. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and Sugar wants everything to be done
to be
and
completely
like
different and to
forward.
completely be through with it.
Yeah,
you know?
and Carmi kind of wants there to be like, well, we obviously have to keep elements of it, but we're not just abandoning the place completely.
And that's a little bit of like what like, and again, like as far as like the problem solving element where Sydney's coming in and literally breaking French bread like with people with the fucking sandwiches and shit and pacifying it in a way. Do you think that he called the cops?
I mean, just the way he like was looking at them and he kind of turned away in shame.
It seemed that way, didn't it?
He wasn't like, oh shit, the cops are here. He was like, yeah, and like was his like, is he gonna make it seem like Sydney was the one that called the cops on them, or like is he gonna kind of pass the buck, or like is he or throw her under the bus?
That would be crazy. The show is kind of interesting in the way that like it's that is very melodramatic,
right?
Like and that
but he's very melodramatic,
and that'd be juicy. That'd be juicy, and he can be kind of weirdly devious. Like it's hard to know. We have to know like the contents of that letter to really understand how bad of a move that is. You know what I mean? Like it's and so I think that. And there is he has a shit heel sensible, like he's a shit heel, like, you know, in a lot of ways. And so I could also just see this show just sort of being like, yeah, we just kind of wanted to talk about like, you know, how people's relationship with the past.
Right.
And how it kind of drives their behavior, their emotional state, what people are thinking. Again, like, he's telling this story to this, you know, slightly younger chick who doesn't fucking give a fuck about Bill Murray. You know what I mean? Like maybe caught half a Groundhog Day when her dad was watching it, you know, or whatever.
How did they, and maybe they explained and we missed it, but like, how did they even get paired up? Like, did he just see her somewhere and like ask her out? Or you're probably right.
You know, like,
but it's also like he's trying to.
He was like
story,
looking at his phone
can't
too.
Tell the
and
story
stuff.
as well as Michael did. You know, like Michael was the one that was like delivering that story, but even if. Well, I don't know. And he's not as handsome as Michael, and he's not as... he's just not Michael.
Yeah, he's not Michael. Yeah, and I think that's that whole... There's an element of, like, there's... I don't know, like, it's one of those, like, type of figures, like, in, like, either a group of friends or in, like, a family or whatever it is, where you can kind of tell that it was, like, coalesced it around, like, him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that's just because they wrote it in a way that we need to just highlight that element of the story or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it seemed like... enough of the like I could really fucking pin like all of the dynamics going on just in that one scene.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's almost
it was very informed. Like it wasn't just like here's who he is. Like it was very clearly drawing them from a character perspective and everything.
So that scene felt almost more like we were looking at their memory rather than actually watching the scene as it happened. Does that make sense?
Well, no, that totally makes sense because the hard cut is to him telling the story.
Yeah.
Like he's drawing it from I watched Michael kill with this story.
Yes.
And I'm going to try to kind of recreate it.
Right.
And so it's very warm, it's very fuzzy, it's very favorable. But another good one.
what the hell were those old men doing? Like, why?
I kind of don't.
So
like,
out of the loop.
Like I sort of.
Are they old school corner boys? Are they fucking each other? Are they like? Are they like? Are they a bunch of, like,
there goes the little corner boys blowing each other again, like, or whatever.
Are they like bookies? Are they gambling? Like, I've never seen such a thing. I've never seen a bunch of old men.
Well, they're just like kind of like
doing crime on the corner.
I don't know if that's necessarily what it is. Like, I mean,
like,
there's definitely like some of the, like they're throwing, throwing like just old guys like throwing dice or doing whatever, just sort of like kind of milling about. Like you see that a little bit when you keep going up fucking Milwaukee, you get into kind of like the real like kind of Ukrainian parts of like of like Avondale and shit. Like we're just like all of a sudden there's just a group of guys. And no one really knows what the fuck they're doing and stuff. Yeah. And so it seems like no. I mean, like,
assume they're chatting.
Yeah.
Just like us old dudes. They're just chatting about the weather, old guys.
I don't know. I think, but there is like a little bit of like, there is like a sense of like kind of like turf, and they do sort of like they move in packs and stuff. I mean, like that's sort of.
Apparently so.
There was a bunch of. I mean, we had a bunch of them in the back of Millie's old apartment building. God bless him. We just called that place Urinetown. It's like, where are we going? We got to go out through the back. We got to step through Urinetown. You know what I mean? Well, like, but like it, and maybe that's kind of more what it was, or just kind of like just their bullshit. I mean, like, because if it's guys that are just like sort of like out on the street, no jobs, nothing to do, shit's going down. Like things are kind of weird, occasionally chaotic. Things are happening.
Yeah. Again, I think I'm just
they're
thrown
very
by
reflective
the fact
of the
that
city
they're all
and how
like
the city's doing
50-year-old, like seemingly like local.
They didn't seem
dudes.
like super drug addicts or homeless or anything like that.
Yeah,
I think that's the other thing. That's the element, because like the guys that I'm talking about are way more homeless looking.
Yeah.
And so and maybe again, hit us up if it's whatever. I mean, like it could be just like kind of like neighborhood guys, neighborhood corner boys.
It was the like this side of the street's our street. I'm like that doesn't. I'm like I've only seen that sort of behavior in the context of like drug dealing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like drug dealing, like old men don't do it. I've just never seen a 45-year-old corner boy. I guess that's like
right. No, 100%.
I feel like that part of the job is usually relegated to like the younger guns.
Yeah, well, I think the other thing, I think there's a little bit of connective tissue insofar as the bar being closed down and like these guys not having a place to go.
Oh, sure.
Maybe is a little bit of a connective tissue or something like that, but in the way that like that feels very, and maybe this is just because we just did fucking The Untouchables on Manly Movie Monday, which is a fun Chicago movie.
Sure.
Like and pretty good about Chicago shit, honestly. Like but like especially if it's in the South Loop and like South Side, like 18th Street type stuff, that's old Irish and Italian like shit. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what that was, maybe that wasn't. I know that there's all different kinds of motherfuckers over there now, and it's not quite the same. But I guess it felt a little old school like that. Like, this is just where we hang out, we play bridge, you know what I mean? They're moving in on our shit or something like that. I mean, like there's another place, there's a great fucking dive bar. One of the only cool dive bars downtown that I'll consider going, Rossi's. Rossi's is great,
place,
but it's an Irish bar with an Italian name.
Yeah.
Which means that somebody lost a bet or a turf war, and they kept the name as a fuck you to all the fucking
you, Rossi.
Seriously, I don't know. Hit us up. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
let us know in the comments.
If you know what the fuck those old guys are doing, please let us know.
If you can specifically tell me what
tell
the fuck,
me for sure.
Right.
Don't just be taking guesses on
right.
I know
maybe I might clickety clack on like some message boards or something like that and see what people
there you go.
Because it is like it's just generally vague, you know what I mean?
It's very vague,
or whatever. But I think it's more about. It feels like he, like this is why he absolutely fucking called the cops and got them out, is because they are extensions of him. They are these old relics.
Yes.
And he wants to quit. I'm gonna quit or whatever it is, and he's got like this kind of like this burn it down, fuck it thing, and that is an element of himself, that is like the furthest kind of expression of the things that he is feeling the most anxiety about right now.
Right.
It's just not being relevant in this world.
Yeah.
In this
That's a great
space. You know what I mean? Like, and so maybe that's why he did. I don't know if we'll ever like confirm that or not, you know.
Yeah, I don't guess it'll be confirmed. They just talked about like, should we call the cops?
Things around. Right. And he's always been, again, he's brought up Narc too many times for him to not actually turn out to be a snitch.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
he's
what I
such a little bitch boy too. He's such a snitch.
Yeah, dude.
He's 100%.
He's a fucking rat. We always knew it from the. Like,
he's 100% the kid that, like, when you were in school, would be like, oh, talking tough shit, and then as soon as something
don't tell
went
anybody
wrong,
about it, and then
teacher, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So it came off as very
calls everybody a baby, says Carmi, you know, or like,
no, it's all projection.
Saying Carmi and Sydney like are walking around like they know how to get their shit together. The man with his shit the least together of any character I've ever seen in the show before. Like
fucking Richie Bad News.
Yeah,
oh, it's
exactly,
Richie Bad
Richie
News.
Bad
What do
News.
you say?
And then when he's going through that thought in his head, he goes, I don't know, fuck it all. Which is like, it's such a nihilistic bitch boy, like, way to approach life. It's like, I don't know. So just fuck it.
His
like, God, you're such a bitch.
His fucking bitch. Like, I mean, like he has lost his like kid leading like where the wild things are. Like he has lost like he's a bit of a follower. And they were just. And they're both fucking pill poppers and shit. He probably, there's a ton of shit that he probably blames himself for. I mean, clearly he's got drug connects and stuff like that and everything. And like, so he's kind of, there's absolutely, I don't know, like, again, this is all inferred, which again, I like that I can kind of, that I can sort of, from the little pieces that are kind of swirling around it, so you can kind of pick up on it and stuff. And so I think that, I mean, like, I think it's just kind of, it's just getting on top of him, and he kind of doesn't know. He's having a hard time dealing, man. Like, you know, I feel for him in that way, in a certain sense. But,
I feel for him. I'd probably come off very heartless, saying like, "God, you're such a bitch."
But he is a fucking bitch.
He's being a bitch, but he's also probably like, Michael killed himself, and he's probably like considered that a few times himself. Especially in this episode, he was having those flashbacks and he's crying. You know, like, if Michael, who was this guy that he clearly looked up to, gave up on it all, then sort of why wouldn't he? But Richie's also got a kid, and I think that's probably
that's a big anchor too. I mean, that's
I mean, it doesn't it doesn't prevent everybody from doing that sort of thing, but you know, Richie's just got. I mean, Richie is living a different life to Michael.
Even though it's rough, I mean, like I do get that it's tough for parents who are divorced and split, like to do or whatever it is, but you got to try to. I mean, unless they are a complete fucking piece of shit, like to not like. Lean in that impulse to deride and kind of defame the other parent because
that's the most important thing in the world.
Because that kid looks up to that person, they see a lot of themselves in that person, and when you start to do that, then they're like, well, if they fucking hate that part, they hate something about me. You know what I mean? It's like when you show it's like a way more like. It's like a way more personal, like thing, like when you show somebody a record or a movie and they think it sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like the thing that hurts.
Like,
the thing that hurts is like they're not rejecting
that movie
this thing.
shaped me as a person.
They're not rejecting like that. They're rejecting the part of you that loves
that likes it. So here's the other thing about not shitting on the other parent of your child.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
Whatever is actually wrong with that person, that kid will figure it out eventually.
Absolutely.
And what you have to do is just be a consistent, positive person. You can say all the fucking nasty shit about your ex-partner to your buddies in your journal, whatever. You can think those thoughts, you can feel them, but never, ever verbalize or express those things to the child. And I promise you, the child will figure those things out for themselves. They will see the truth. Kids are a lot smarter than people give them credit for.
It's like vampires. It's like you got to be kind of invited in with your kids about that shit. Like if whenever you want to talk about some stuff like that, we're like, well, listen, you know, your dad, he struggles with expressing himself. And and it only says to him, it's like, but they got to kind of come to you. You kind of sort of like, I don't know, you got to.
You can't tell your child anything about their other parent because they'll That'll only reflect poorly on
well,
you.
it reflects poorly on you, and then they'll also like they'll take it and get
internalize it.
They'll internalize it. They'll get defensive about it, you know, and then they'll not want to kind of go. But anyway, yeah.
Speaking from experience.
Oh yeah, over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, like, obviously the show's like doing something. If you can have this type of a conversation after like the show, the show's kind of.
Well,
how has this been so far?
It stopped stressing me out from the fucking like. It's
that
not
first couple
me out
episodes
as
was...
much from the working at a restaurant perspective, right? We haven't these last few episodes haven't been focusing on like the stress of working at a restaurant.
Because they got it humming now.
They've got it more humming, and even when things do go wrong, like I've never been working in a restaurant where the gas line goes out and the power goes out, or if they did, we just fucking shut down for the day. Like if anything did go down like that, I didn't even know about it. All I knew was like we're closed today.
They're probably in a position like where they can't afford to lose a lunch.
Right.
You know, that's probably what it is. But I feel you know, we're just like, you know, we've had that shit happen where like all of a sudden like the breakers went out, we didn't know how to get back on. I brought down a big loud Bluetooth speaker and set that up and just lit candles and stuff. It's like the beer will stay cold for the rest of the night. We can kind of keep going.
Yeah.
But it's cash only.
And we're working in a different situation with beer. It's you know, it's not the same as food has to be kept at a particular temperature. That's why they stocked everything, even the carrots and stuff, because you can't just like put the carrots outside in hopefully about 30-degree weather. You know, like you just gotta like we're just cooking everything.
100%. Getting through that, like I've been digging it so far. It's been cool.
Oh, I've very much enjoyed the last couple of episodes.
Yeah,
a lot more than the first.
It's been very it's been very kind of like emotionally kind of cathartic and rewarding in a couple different ways. It's just so we've been having a great time over here. We hope that you guys are having a good time. If you guys are having a good enough time and you guys want to get early and uncut access to the next episode, to episode 7, you want to get it right now, you guys can do that by becoming a part of the Patreon. The links at the top and comment or the description below. You can get a load of episode 6 or episode 7 right now, completely full and uncut, the penultimate episode. You know that some shit's gonna go down. We still got fucking secret suicide letter gate is still waiting. We're waiting for that fucking shoe to drop.
Where is it?
Where is it? Where's Chekhov's suicide note? It's right there. They're gonna. I feel like it's gotta happen. We're waiting on that letter gate. Like we feel like that's coming up. If that is indeed the episode, you guys get to watch it right now, and you guys get to do it for only 8 bones. You guys get early and uncut access every week for that entire month that you pay for at the premium streaming tier. So we hope you guys consider doing that. But if you can't do that, still want to help us out, you can hit us with a like and subscribe, ring the bell thingy, because that shit always helps. It never fucking hurts. We appreciate y'all strokes for hanging out with us. We'll check y'all later.
Strokes.